Bismillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulullah. Hello and good afternoon. On page 71, we will start our lecture on page 71 under the title Language Focus. Language Focus. All of you, please prepare yourself, open your book, page 71, and then follow carefully. Today we haven't got much of scientific terms, but we focus on language, and you see, study the following modifiers carefully. So what are modifiers? Modifiers are the words that modify sentences. So modifier, it means that it modifies sentences. This is its function and its meaning. So whenever there is a modifier, it means that the sentence has additional meaning or have a new meaning. So modifiers are words. You must have to put in mind that modifiers are words. These words, one of their function is to give additional meaning or change the meaning, or it adds to the meaning of the sentence. It adds to the idea of the sentence. So in Arabic, modifier is words, كلمات. هذه الكلمات بتدي معنى إضافي, additional meaning, and it gives a new meaning, بدي معنى غير, معنى جديد للمعنى الأصلي في الجملة. In a positive sentence, negative sentence, or even interrogative, means questions. Using a modifier, it means that you want to add a new and additional meaning or idea for the sentence. So these are modifiers. On the left, the first column, we have modifier, and then in the middle column, use. How can we use this modifier? Because modifiers, we use them with for example, countable nouns or uncountable nouns, or we may use modifiers with positive sentences or negative sentences or interrogative sentences. So these are the use of modifiers. And then we have an examples to apply this and applications for the use of these modifiers at the last column. So let us have a look to the first column on the left. Modifier, some, any. Some, any, these are modifiers. And then down to it, much, many. Much, many. And then little, few. Little, few. And then down to it, a lot of and lots of. A lot of and lots of, these are modifiers. Down also we have a little bit of. The word little, we mean the word little. A little bit of, يعني قليل من هكذا يعني. Enough. Enough also is modifier. Plenty of. Plenty of, يعني كمية أو عدد, something like that. Plenty of. And then no. آخر كلمة, no. The last word, the last modifier is no. So how can I use these modifiers? Go to the second column from the beginning, some and any. Use some and any countable and uncountable nouns. This means that the word some and the word any, both of them are modifiers, and both of them usually comes with countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So some and any, they modify number. They modify number. So what are these numbers? Countable numbers or nouns or uncountable numbers. Here, some and any, we use them for both countable nouns and uncountable nouns. But look at the example, the first example. There is some water on the floor. There is some water on the floor. The word some modifies the word water. Water is uncountable noun. Water is uncountable noun. اسم غير معدود، كمية يعني. وكلمة some جمع water وعمل إيه modifying للماء، و some water يعني كمية بتاعت ماء. So there is some water on the floor. في كمية بتاعت ماء down في الأرض. طيب the second sentence which is example, there are some students here. The word some modifies students. Students here is not like water, but students are countable noun. And still we use the word some with students with s, which is plural, which is countable noun. So the word some, we usually use some with countable nouns like students, or we use with uncountable nouns like water. So in these two sentences you can learn how some used with countable or uncountable nouns. And the third sentence, do you have any food? Do you have any food? For this sentence, you see this is an interrogative sentence. This is a question. So I use the word any with the noun food, which is uncountable noun. So the word any, we use any with uncountable noun. The word food is uncountable noun. And then in the second sentence, do you have any apples? So apples are countable noun. Countable noun, apples with s. And food is uncountable noun. Both of them we use the word any. So any is also just like some. We use it with countable and uncountable noun. من الأسماء المجموعة والأسماء غير المعدودة. But if you see, the word any usually comes with interrogative sentence and negative sentence. دائما كلمة any بتجي مع الجمل المنفية، الجمل المنفية اللي فيها كلمة never أو كلمة not، or the questions بيجي مع الأسئلة. الجملة بتاعت السؤال. Do you have any food? This is a question. Do you have any apples? Also this is a question. وممكن أنا أقول I haven't got any food. أنا ما عندي أي طعام. Or I haven't got any apples or oranges. I haven't got. أنا ما جبت بالنفي. إذا كلمة any دائما بيجي مع الجمل المنفية، وكلمة some بتجي مع الجمل البوزيتيف، الجمل الإيجابية العادية المعروفة. So this is some and any. Go to much, many. Much and many. Look at the use of them. Much modifies only uncountable nouns. Many modifies only countable nouns. In this part, هذا الجزء is not like the one we had for some and any. Some and any, both of them, we use some and any with countable and uncountable noun. But here, much, many, we have the word much or the modifier much being used with uncountable nouns. And the word many or the modifier many, we use it with countable nouns. So much, uncountable noun. Many, countable nouns. Let us have an example. Go to the last column. We don't have much time to get this done. We don't have much time. So the time is uncountable noun. We use the word much with time because much modifies uncountable nouns. كلمة much بيزيد معنى جديد للأسماء غير المعدودة. كلمة much بيزيد في المعنى بتاع الجملة لكلمة محددة أو لنمبر عدد أو شيء، هذا الشيء يكون معدود، لا غير معدود. So much is uncountable noun. Much time. Time is uncountable noun. الوقت هي شيء غير معدود، بالتالي استخدمنا معاه كلمة much. يعني I cannot use the word many in this place. We like this. We don't have many time. If I said we don't have many time, then this is mistake. This is wrongly used. So the correct is we don't have much time and much time, not many, لا, much time. Okay, look at the second sentence. Many Americans travel to Europe. Many Americans travel to Europe. Americans, countable noun. Americans, American and Americans. So these are countable nouns, just like American, just like Iranian, and just like Sudanese. In this case, we use the word many better than using much. I cannot say much Americans. No, but I can say many Americans. This is a correct way of using with American. So American is countable noun, اسم مجموع ومنتهي بS. Americans يعني الأمريكان. نستخدم معها كلمة many لأنه many تجي معها الأسماء المعدودة، عكس كلمة much اللي ما تجي إلا مع أسماء غير المعدودة. So just like in an exam, just like this, you can have dots. Americans travel to Europe, and you have much many. Which one is true? Which one is correct? Using in this area. So in this place, you can use many instead of much because Americans are countable now. Go down to little and few on the left. Little, few. Here, little and few. Little modifies only uncountable nouns. Little modifies only uncountable nouns. But the word few modifies countable nouns. Few modifies countable nouns. يعني أنا أستخدم كلمة little زي كلمة much، وأستخدم كلمة few زي كلمة many. So little و much for uncountable nouns. أما few و many for countable nouns. خلاص؟ إذن we have little for uncountable nouns و few for countable nouns. Let us have examples on the right. He had little foot in the house. Little foot. So foot is uncountable noun and I used the word little. And I cannot say that he had few foot. No. Few foot is incorrect. ما صحيح. الصح وين؟ little foot. I must use the word little with foot. Foot is uncountable noun. اسم غير معدود نستخدم مع كلمة little. طيب the second sentence. The doctor had little time to think in the emergency room. Little time. الوقت هنا uncountable noun استخدمنا معها كلمة little. طيب شوف few modifiers only countable nouns. Few modifies only countable nouns. كلمة few ما بيعمل modification إلا للcountable nouns الأسماء المجموعة. مثال an example, there are few doctors in town. There are few doctors in town. دكاترة موجودين في المدينة عددهم قليل. So كلمة few تجي مع الcountable nouns الأسماء المجموعة just like doctors. نقول few doctors, few students, few settlers, few discoveries. يعني أي حاجة معدود ويجي معها الاس نستخدم معها كلمة few. Okay. Few students like exams. يعني قليل من من الطلاب يحبون الامتحانات. So few students. Students هنا countable noun. استخدمنا مع كلمة few. يعني ما أقول much students ولا أقول little students. لا أقول few students. أو نقول many students. Okay. Few students like exams. Go to the next one. A lot of and lots of. A lot of and lots of, we use them both together with countable and uncountable nouns. يعني هنا خلاص it is easy for in this case you can use a lot of and lots of for both countable and uncountable nouns. خلاص هنا ما عندنا مشكلة. A lot of are informal substitute for much and many. اللي هو a lot of. They are used with uncountable nouns when they mean much and with countable noun when they mean many. إذا ممكن بمعنى many وبمعنى much. So for both. Have an example. They have lots of. يعني between two brackets the word much. So it means that you can use lots of or you can say much. خلاص. We use the word lots of in the place of much. يعني it has the same meaning. يعني ممكن أنا أقول they have lots of money. أو ممكن أقول they have much money بدل lots of. إذا lots of تصلح في مكان much وmuch تصلح في مكان lots of. لأنه lots of تصلح للمعدود وغير المعدود. في هذه الحالة ممكن يكون في مكان much. عشان كده قلنا بين قوسين between two brackets مكتوب كلمة much. طيب they have lots of much money in the bank. طيب شوف الجملة اللي بعديها عشان اديك برضو بنفس الحكاية. قال a lot of between two brackets many Americans travel to Europe. طيب look at the word money في الجملة الأولى. money فلوس غير معدود. Americans معدود. طيب بنفس المستوى نحن استخدمنا lots of مع money وهنا a lot of استخدمنا مع Americans. يعني إذن كلمة lots of أو a lot of صالحة للاستخدام مع الأسماء المعدودة like Americans ومع الأسماء غير المعدودة زي الماني. عشان كده هنا بين قوسين و between two brackets many. دي كلمة many. So a lot of or many Americans. ممكن أقول a lot of Americans وممكن أقول many Americans. خلاص. This is easy one. We got lots of many mosquitoes last summer. أيضا استخدمنا كلمة mosquitoes اللي هو معاه كلمة a lot of or lots of. طيب we got lots of معنى much rain last summer. شايف rain المطر هنا شيء غير ما معدود بالتالي يجي معاها كلمة much وبالتالي بيجي معاها كلمة lots of لأنه lots of بتجي مع الغير معدود وتجي مع المعدود. خلاص. على خلاف كلمة much و many. يعني much و many أي واحد بيجي لحال. much for uncountable nouns و many for countable nouns. لكن هنا lots of ولا lots of for both بيجي مع الاثنين سوا. اوكي. طيب a little bit of is informal and always precedes and uncountable nouns. طيب كلمة a little دائما زي ما لقينا هناك في little of you. little دائما بيجي مع ال uncountable nouns. a little bit of برضو بيجي مع ايه the uncountable nouns. there is a little bit of pepper in the soup. pepper يعني شطة يعني معروف. there is a little bit of pepper. there is a little bit of snow on the ground. snow يعني جليد. إذا كلمة a little bit of دي بتجي دائما بيجي بعديها اسم غير معدود uncountable noun. يعني معناها in an exam يعني في الامتحان ممكن تلقى مثلا there is a little bit of بعدين يجيوا لك أسماء مختلفة. هذه الأسماء فيها countable nouns و uncountable nouns. if you know that the word a little إذا كنت بتعرف كلمة a little دي بتعمل modification للأسماء غير المعدودة أنت you can easily choose the words that is uncountable nouns. أسماء الغير معدودة زي rain المطر there pepper there is snow. أسماء غير المعدودة salt ملح sugar تستخدم بعد كلمة little. لكن if you are not sure إذا أنت كنت ما بتعرف أنه little دي بتعمل modification لأسماء غير المعدودة حتمشي تختار أسماء معدودة yes you are mistaken هتبقى خطأ. so put in mind that the word little is usually modifies the uncountable nouns. طيب enough. go down the word enough is for both. enough modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. يعني an example here there is enough money to buy a car. there is شايف هنا there is. I have enough books to read. إذن there we have many money. عندنا money يعني اسم غير معدود وعندنا books اسم معدود. ولكن كلمة enough جاء مع money وجاء مع books لأنها هي صالحة للاثنين. إذن put in mind that the word enough is just like a lot of and lot of. a lot of و lots of زيها وزي كلمة enough الاثنين بيجي مع ال countable وال uncountable nouns. okay. go down to plenty of. طيب plenty of also modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. برضو كلمة plenty إذا معناها نحن عندنا a lot و lots وعندنا enough وعندنا plenty of وبعدين حنجي لكلمة no آخر كلمة برضو بيصلح مع الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة. okay. An example for plenty of they have plenty of money in the bank. They have plenty of money in the bank. وممكن نقول they are plenty of millionaires in Switzerland. هنالك مليونيرات يعني كده ديل countable، يعني أسماء ناس يعني معروفين، عدد كبير من الناس المليونيرات في سويسرلاند في سويسرا. وهناك استخدمنا كلمة money. So money is uncountable noun و millionaires countable nouns. لكن كلمة plenty of اللي هو الموديفاير plenty of جاء مع الاثنين، إذا بيجي مع both countable and uncountable nouns. So no آخر كلمة no modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. An example, there is no time to finish now. وممكن نقول there are no squirrels in the park. squirrels نوع من الحيوانات زي foxes زي الثعلب ولا حاجة من الشكل ده. There is no time to finish. طيب no time is uncountable noun. وهنا there are no squirrels يعني جمع بتاع نوع من الحيوانات squirrels تقريبا سنجاب أو كده. yes no squirrels و no time. So كلمة no تصلح لل countable and uncountable nouns. So these are modifiers. There are some modifiers. You can use them, try to check them twice and thrice many times so as to be familiar how to use these modifiers with countable or uncountable nouns. Okay, this is the area of the questions. These are the areas of questions in the exam. Please be aware and check them every time. Go to the next page, page 72, and we have activity here. Yes, you can practice. This is a good activity to practice using much or many, or which modifier that is quite possible to be in these vacancies. Before number one, fill in the blanks with a suitable modifier. So number one, did the teacher give us any homework? Did the teacher give us any homework? The answer is yes, but not, you must use much. The word homework, now we are talking about homework. Homework is uncountable noun. So in this place, use the word much. So the answer is yes, but not much. Put much in this space. خد كلمة much هو الصحيح لأنه homework is uncountable noun. We used much here is better. Much more better than many. ممكن يكون في many ولكن many أحيانا in other areas is not like this. It is better to use much. Number two, and you can ask by using how much homework do you have. يعني أنا ممكن أقول how much homework do you have لكن ما بقول how many homework. How much homework do you have, or ممكن نقول how much homework have you got. So anyway في كل الأحوال you can use much with homework. Number two, Nike never does dash work. He is a very lazy boy. Nike never. شوف كلمة never. Look at the word never. At the modifier never. So no, never means negative. معناها نفي. الجملة دي منفية. نحن في some and any قاعدين نستخدم كلمة any في الجمل المنفية the negative sentences والجمل حالة سؤال اللي هو interrogative. So في هذه الحالة نحن عندنا السؤال عندنا جملة منفية. We have got a negative sentence by using the word never. This sentence is a negative sentence, so we must have to use any instead of many. So any. Nike never does any work. نستخدم كلمة any كلمة مناسبة هنا. He is a very lazy boy. Number three, could you lend me $50? This is a question. Could you lend me $50? طيب, the answer is that no, I haven't dash money. طيب, we have the word money. عندنا اسم money اللي هو uncountable noun. عايزين نجيب مثلا modifier which is modifies uncountable nouns اللي بيصلح معاه. يعني ما نجيب modifier مثلا ممكن ما يجي مع money مثلا ما يجي مع uncountable noun. لا, it's going to be incorrect if I used someone or some modifiers that modifies countable nouns. So here we have uncountable noun which is money. no I haven't got much money. ممكن أنا أقول no I haven't got much money لأنه much ممكن تعمل modification لmoney much money. أو ممكن بنفس المستوى زي المرة اللي فاتت قلنا جملة منفية ممكن نستخدم معها كلمة any. We can say no I haven't got any money. No I haven't got any money. You can say. So we can use much or any is correct using them here. So you can say no I haven't got much money or no I haven't got any money. Both of them are correct. Number 4. And even you said no I haven't got a lot of money برضو صح لأنه a lot of got usually used with countable and uncountable nouns. كلمة a lot of ممكن تستخدم يعني مثلا واحد قال no I haven't got enough money نقول له yes you are correct لأنه enough تصلح لإيه؟ للcountable noun و uncountable noun. No I haven't got enough money. No I haven't got enough money برضو صحيح. No I haven't got a lot of money. No I haven't got much money. No I haven't got any money. كل الاستخدامات دي ممكن صحيحة. Yes. Number 4. She has had as dash success as her brother. هنا طبعا much طوالي. She has had as much success as her brother. As much success as her brother. This is number 4. Number 5. I bought dash bread. But I didn't buy any butter. Look at the word any. شوف any في الجزء الثاني. لأنه الجملة منفية didn't جاء كلمة any. ولكن على يدك اليسار ممكن تستخدم كلمة some. ممكن I bought some bread. I bought some bread لأنه some و any الاثنين نستخدم both some and any we use them with countable and uncountable nouns. عشان كده هنا استخدمنا bread is uncountable noun استخدمنا مع كلمة some لأنه is a positive sentence جملة إيجابية عادية. ولكن حال الجملة بقت جملة منفية أو جملة سؤال طوال نحن بدل some نستخدم كلمة any. يعني any تستخدم مع الجمل المنفية تستخدم مع الجمل في حالة السؤال. بالتالي نمبر 5 نقول I bought some bread. في الفراغ هنكتب some bread. But I didn't buy تكملة الجملة بكلمة any لأنه هنا في نفي. كلمة didn't نفى. But I didn't buy any butter يعني أنا ما اشتريت نوع من الحلوى ولا شيء. I forgot. Number 6. She is a warm and friendly girl. She is a warm and friendly girl. She has so many friends. طوال استخدمنا كلمة many friends أو ممكن نستخدم a lot of friends. صحيح. many ممكن تستخدم للcountable or uncountable nouns. هنا friends countable noun. ممكن نقول so many friends or so يعني like this. She has so many friends. أفضل كلمة اللي هو كلمة many. طيب number 7. I've got dash interesting things to tell you. Let us meet at 7 o'clock and I will tell you everything. I've got ممكن نقول a lot of interesting things. I've got many interesting things. So both of them are true. I've got lots of interesting things to tell you. هنا modifier a lot of modifies things. طبعا الكلام هنا عن things هذه الأشياء. وكلمة interesting اللي هو صفة تابع للthings اللي هو صفة للthings اللي هو هذه الأشياء أشياء جميلة أو مفيدة. I've got a lot of interesting things to tell you. things هنا countable noun ولكن a lot of تجي مع الcountable والuncountable nouns. So نستخدم كلمة a lot of مع الcountable nouns just like things. وممكن إذا كان uncountable برضو ممكن يكون صالح. إذا هنا نحن نستخدم I've got a lot of interesting things to tell you. ممكن أقول كده. ممكن لو قلت I've got many interesting things برضو صحيح لأنه many برضو صالح لإيه للcountable nouns اللي هو الcountable noun هنا things كلمة things. Number 8. How many or much طوالي lessons طوالي how many. How many lessons do you have on Mondays? Only 3. So how many لأنه هنا في كلمة lesson lessons with s اللي هو جمع countable noun طبعا نستخدم معها كلمة many. وعكس ذلك لو استخدمنا كلمة much تبقى خطأ. Don't say how much lessons but say how many lessons. how many lessons is correct. How many lessons. Many lessons. ما بنقول ماتش lesson. No. Many lessons. لأنه lessons countable noun. Number 9. Kate was very dash afraid of ghosts when she was little girl. لما كانت صغيرة بتخاف من الأشباح ghosts. طيب نقول Kate was very much afraid. Was very much afraid of ghosts. Number 10. I didn't see هنا بجملة منفية. I didn't see any white cats in the garden. Only the black one. دي جملة منفية استخدمتها مع كلمة any صحيح ما في أي كلام. I didn't see any white cats. أنا ما شفت هذه القطط باللون الأبيض وإنما هنالك واحدة باللون الأزرق. طيب dash dogs can be dangerous. watch out. watch out يعني انتبه. طيب dogs هنا countable noun اسم جمع ممكن نستخدم معها many وممكن نستخدم معها a lot of. ممكن نقول many dogs can be dangerous. is correct. وممكن نقول a lot of dogs can be dangerous. كثير من هذه الكلاب ممكن تكون خطرة جدا على حياة الناس. So both words are true. many and a lot of. Okay. leave this listening. leave this part. طبعا ده بيتكلم عن listening في حوار المفترض نستمع له وما عندنا haven't got any listening or recordings for this part. نمشي طوال للspeaking هنا. أما الspeaking is also depending on your responses. يعني هذه الجزئية أيضا بيعتمد على إجاباتك أنت. This is a questionnaire. Student A questions student ask them to student B. وأيضا هنالك أسئلة أيضا في next page. في student B حيسأل student A. بعد ذاك this is a questionnaire between you and your friends and ask each other. Number 1 on this page 73 نشوف student A أسئلته A. What images number 1 يعني what images spring to mind when you hear the word science. طيب الكلام عن science اللي هو العلوم. طيب what images spring to mind. شنو يعني الصورة اللي بيظهر لك من أول وهلة لما تسمع كلمة science معناها إيه يعني؟ the student can answer saying discoveries. ممكن الصورة التي تتبادر إلى الذهن يعني كده سؤال كده. ما هي الصورة التي تتبادر إلى الذهن مجرد ما أنا أسمع كلمة science؟ the answer is depending on you. أنت تجاوب عن هذا السؤال. زميلك سألك وأنت تجاوب. So if I am to answer ممكن أقول many discoveries. اكتشافات chemistry physics laboratories يعني دي على طول يعني these are sciences. هذه هي المجالات. نقول الساينس طوال على طول اللي يتبادر إلى الذهن اللي هو الاكتشافات ولا أو كيمياء والفيزياء. these are the main sections of sciences that is spring to my mind. يعني ده الشيء أول حاجة يظهر في عقلي أنه هو like this. So in this case it needs you to practice saying these sentences. So this is speaking. العنوان فوق مكتوب speaking يعني معناه انك تتكلم. مهارة الكلام. مهارة الكلام. Try to answer this. يعني انت بامكانك you can dig your mind to find some answers for this. There are many answers. إجابات كثيرة. Even you can ask Google so as to give you good answers. ممكن تكتب السؤال ده في الجوجل بديك many answers. Number 2 how important is science. How important is science. يعني ما أهمية هذا العلوم. Is it important يعني كده السؤال كده is it important. Is science important. If the question is for me I could say yes it is so much important. So much important. You can't expect that someone saying that science is not important because science is everything. Science is the thing that make you to discover or to understand the nature of your life even. انت حياتك انت ما تقدر تعرف الا بالعلوم يعني you cannot understand the nature of your life of your organs. جسمك ده شغال كيف blood the nerve system digestive system many things around you cannot understand them unless there is a science base. من غير ما انت تكون عندك ركيزة تعتمد عليها علمية تعتمد عليها you cannot discover and find or to explain these phenomena. Number 3 is science always good. Here depending on your opinion on your viewpoint your opinion also it is easy you can say Is science always good? You cannot say yes. I cannot say yes. Sometimes science can be used for bad purposes, which is just like the manufacturing of bombs and rockets and biological weapons. Uh, they use biological weapons to kill human beings or living things. So sometimes you can find science are good and sometimes is bad. So it's depending on the purpose why we use this science. So is science always good? No, it's not good always, but sometimes it's good. Number 4, do you always trust science? Also depending on the experiments. Do you always trust science? Science is mostly 90% I trust science because science depend on experiments. العلوم بيعتمد على التجارب، عشان كده هي أقرب إلى الصح. في الغالب 99% العلوم صحيح. Yes. Do you always trust science؟ أقول it is 90%. 90% أنا I trust science لأنه ما يعني بيعتمد على التجارب. That is it. Number 5. Were you good at science at school? Whether you are good or not good, I could say that yes, you are good at science because you choose this sections, which is medical laboratory or medicine students or like that, medical students. Whenever you know science, you cannot choose these sections. Number 6, what sciences projects or experiments did you like at school? What kind of experiments or projects kind of experiments التجارب اللي انت بترتاح لها في المدرسة أكثر يعني. طيب you have chemistry teacher and physics teacher، خلينا في الاثنين ديل بس. Yeah, what are the experiments that you find yourself with؟ قاعد تتجاوب معها أكثر الفيزياء مثلا، تجارب في الضوء في الكهرباء like that، حركة dynamics or statics مثلا، ولا انت في الكيمستري substances المواد المشعة الراديو radioactives، انت أي من are interested much، أي من العلوم أنت تستمتع لها؟ سؤال عادي طبعا very normal. Number 7, would you denote your body to science after you die؟ This is a botany، علم التشريح. هل أنت يعني are you for death rooms مثلا، يعني أنت ممكن جسمك ده بعد تموت ممكن تقبل تشريح؟ That is depending on you also. You can say yes or no. 8, why is science becoming less and less popular in schools؟ It's not less. العلوم ما هي less ولا شيء. It is popular, actually it is popular. ولكن if there is something that made it less popular, it means that there are some policies of countries في دول معينة عندها سياسات ممكن سياسات خاطئة طبعا بالتأكيد، very mistaken policies that can reduce the scope of sciences، وبعد ذاك تبقى الساينس less. طيب number 9, do you like visiting science museums؟ Actually yes, since you are science students you can visit science museums، متاحف العلمية لازم طبعا. and that's why to be aware of things, to be aware of many things، يعني أشياء تاريخية، أشياء لها علاقة بالحياة في الميوزيومز، يعني لازم أنت تمشي تزور عشان تعرف يعني to be in life. What kind of number 10, what kind of people love science؟ What kinds of people love science like me and you؟ The people who like science is like you actually. Go to the next page 74. student B's questions. الطالب يعني زميلك the partner حيسألك أسئلة تانية، أنت سألته أسئلة وهو حيسألك أسئلة أخرى غير الأسئلة الأولى. Look at this 1 up to 9. Do you like science؟ هل أنت تحب الساينس؟ Yes I do. Number 2, what were your sciences teachers like؟ طيب الأساتذة بتاعنا العلوم بيحبوا شنو يعني؟ بيفضلوا إيه؟ يعني I don't know they like what. دائما بيحبوا المعمل يعني العمل المعملي which is experiments and applications، ولا بيحبوا theoretical science اللي بيحبوا theoretical tutorials الحصص النظرية ولا بيحبوا الحصص التطبيقية مثلا. you know number 3, what has science done for humankind. العلوم المعروفة في هذه الدنيا منحتنا شنو يعني، أعطتنا شنو يعني، أعطى الهيومن كايند للإنسانية وللبشرية أعطتنا شنو. it gave us many things. أدتنا حاجات كثيرة. it opened our eyes to know or to discover our lives and to discover the life around us. أصلا أدتنا أشياء كثيرة هي اللي عملت إذكاء. it enriched our minds and our brain. العلوم بتزكي العقل and it gives you a chance an opportunity to think and to discover which is which. يخليك تعرف الأشياء حولك تعمل كيف الأشياء كده. أكيد أدتنا كثير. it don't us many. أدتنا أشياء كثيرة. number 4, what will science uncover in the next few decades. يعني العلوم دي يعني حتكتشف لنا شنو يعني في السنين القادمة. طيب the answer is, could you expect? yes, it may discover new vaccines. يجيب لنا تحصين جديد ولا أشياء كده، معالجات أو يعني علاجات كده، يعني new vaccine for this COVID-19. ممكن يجيب لنا تحصين لهذه الأمراض والوبائيات وكده ممكن. أو ممكن you can discover new things في علم الأسترونومي مثلا، في علم الفلك ممكن يكون في أشياء جديدة تكتشف لنا في new decades، في عشرات السنين القادمات. number 6, do sciences and religion fit well together. oh yes, there is no any contradiction between sciences and religion, because science goes in parallel with religion. you know this. يعني حتى في قصص كثيرة، يعني there are many stories، قصص من القرآن الكريم قد طابقت مثلا العلوم يعني. والأرض من بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، والأرض بعد ذلك الدحي. تكلم عن إنها هي البيضة، والبيضة في الشكل الدائري ومش دائري تماما، كمان دائري مبعد كده يعني. العلوم برضو أثبت أن الأرض في شكل كروي، هكذا يعني. هنالك قصص كثيرة في الدين طابقت العلوم، طابق مع الدين يعني، لأن الدين هي كان مقدم على العلوم. فهنالك تطابق، go parallel, they go together. so number 7, when someone says it isn't exactly rocket science, what do they mean. يعني ما هذا العلم ليس علم هذا الروكيتس إذا كان مقصود اللي هو الصواريخ وكده، وإنما العلوم هو العلوم النافعة that you can get use of them in your life. يعني مش علوم بتاعت حرب أو كده وكده نقول له you are right, you are correct. number 8, what will the next big discovery in science be. أكبر اكتشاف للعلوم في الفترة القادمة إن شاء الله قريبا حيكون إيش. this is a question for you. أي زول بيفكر كيف أنه شنو هو الشيء اللي حيكتشف في العالم جديد. we don't know, you may know, you suggest and think of it. 9, would you want your children to study science or management or law. this is very, very important question. some of them here in Sudan, they usually prefer their students to study science, so they became doctors and engineering like that. عندنا ثقافتنا هنا في السودان like this. but in many countries, on other countries, they use to their students to study management or law. so science needs management. Science needs management and even needs law. I don't expect that life is going to be correct or to be straight away without law. so law usually governs the way we live. القانون هو اللي بيتحكم في حياتنا نحن وكيف نحن نعيش. so science with management and law, it means the true life. so you cannot think that science without management or management without law or law without science, then all of them goes together. this is the end of our lesson and our recording on page 74. the coming one is going to be reading paragraphs inshallah, يكون which much better for next time inshallah. we will meet again. thank you very much indeed and goodbye.